A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events, former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro has submitted his final defense to the Supreme Court, vehemently denying the coup charges against him. This high-profile trial centers around Bolsonaro's alleged attempts to cling to power following his defeat in the 2022 elections to current President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. His legal team argued late Wednesday that the prosecution has failed to provide substantial evidence to support the claims that Bolsonaro acted against Brazil's democratic institutions or incited others to do so. They pointed out that Bolsonaro allowed the presidential transition to proceed, which they argue contradicts the allegations against him. This is evidence that eliminates the most essential of the accusatory premises, his lawyers stated. The former president and other defendants were mandated to present their final arguments by Wednesday, marking a pivotal moment in a trial that is expected to conclude by the end of the year. A panel of 5 Supreme Court justices will now deliberate on the guilt of Bolsonaro and his allies. If convicted of attempting a coup, Bolsonaro could face up to 12 years in prison, with the possibility of spending decades behind bars when combined with other charges. Even if convicted, he retains the right to appeal the decision to the full Supreme Court. Additionally, Brazil's top electoral court has already barred Bolsonaro from running for office until 2030, citing his abuse of authority by undermining public confidence in the electoral system. Since August 5th, Bolsonaro has been under house arrest, a situation that has raised eyebrows and sparked discussions about his influence and support. Justice Alexandre de Moraes, the presiding judge in the case, has stated that Bolsonaro violated precautionary measures by disseminating information through his 3 lawmaker sons. However, last week, de Moraes eased some restrictions, allowing for unrestricted family visits. This case has captivated the nation as Brazil grapples with a trade dispute with the United States. Bolsonaro has garnered support from U.S. President Donald Trump, who has labeled the prosecution a witch hunt and has tied his decision to impose a 50% tariff on Brazilian imports to Bolsonaro's legal challenges. In a move that has intensified the political drama, Prosecutor General Paulo Gonet submitted his final arguments in July, presenting extensive evidence of a conspiracy aimed at undermining Brazil's democratic institutions. This evidence reportedly includes handwritten notes, digital files, message exchanges, and spreadsheets that allegedly detail the plot. The trial has drawn significant public interest, with many Brazilians closely following the proceedings. A recent survey by Datafolha revealed that over 50% of Brazilians support the Supreme Court's decision to place Bolsonaro under house arrest in August. The same survey indicated that a majority believe Justice de Moraes is adhering to the law, despite being a frequent target of right-wing criticism. In a striking contrast, only 39% of respondents agreed that Bolsonaro was being politically persecuted, while 53% disagreed. From the White House, Trump characterized Bolsonaro as an honest man and claimed he is the victim of a political execution. The Trump administration has been actively pressuring Brazilian authorities to drop the case against Bolsonaro, imposing sanctions on de Moraes and announcing severe tariffs on Brazilian exports to the U.S. This intervention has sparked anger in Brazil and has been perceived as an infringement on the country's sovereignty. As the trial unfolds, the implications of Bolsonaro's actions and the subsequent legal proceedings will undoubtedly shape Brazil's political landscape for years to come. The nation watches closely as the Supreme Court prepares to deliver its verdict, a decision that could either vindicate Bolsonaro or lead to a significant chapter in Brazil's democratic history. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.